Namaskar and welcome to the program. We begin as always with the thought of the day. हमें अपनी संवेदना के दायरे को विस्तृत कर सभी जीवों और समस्त प्रकृति के अंगों के लिए सौंदर्य बोध होना चाहिए। प्रकृति और जीवों के प्रति ये हमारा कर्तव्य है। Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. And on our program today, we have a guest who has dedicated himself to the conservation of the environment, especially at the Manas Park. For his dedication to the ecology, he has been given the prestigious IUCN Heritage Heroes Award. We are delighted to have on our program today Dr. Bibhuti Lahkar. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, this is a very prestigious award that you received, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's come at the end of a very long journey, 2 decades.
Almost.
For all the effort that you have done, you received the very prestigious IUCN Heritage Heroes Award, and that too a People's Choice Award. What was your reaction to that?
This award is to basically people who work in World Heritage Site despite of their life-threatening situation. And this award is to inspire the World Heritage Site and also the people.
Okay.
And IUCN World Heritage Committee and World Commission for Protected Area, IUCN, they give this award every 4 years in IUCN General Asam Congress. And there were in 2016 this nomination came, and I was nominated by Wildlife Institute of India from Dehradun and also from Tiger Conservation Program of IUCN. Okay. So there were around in the first phase around 80 application, and second phase around 35. Second they have scrutinized 35, and from that they have finally selected three finalists. And I was one of them from India, and one girl from Russia, and one Ugandan.
Are you the first Asian to receive this?
Yes. In fact, earlier an Australian has got this award.
At the Manas Park, what drew you to this place?
In 1993, when I was BSc first year student, I got an opportunity to visit Manas as a volunteer to participate National Tiger Census.
Okay.
So I was touched by the beauty of the park, and so beautiful. And that time another aspect was that Manas was in the devastating stage.
Yeah.
The Boro agitation going on for civil unrest, and then most of the camps were destroyed, people were killed, for the forest department staff were killed, and also wildlife were killed.
Right. So
that time hardly anybody used to visit the park.
Yeah.
And again, whenever I used to get chance, for example, I was a volunteer for Pygmy Hawk Conservation Program during my BSc days. So whenever I get chance, I used to visit, and decided that this park is a World Heritage Site. It's and we need to preserve, and that has inspired me to start work in Manas. It
sounds really exciting and wonderful and you did your PhD on the Pygmy hog, which is the only hog that you see of its type in India.
Yes, Pygmy hog is the smallest wild pig in the world, and which is only found in Manas National Park. Now, Government of India, Daral Wildlife Conservation Trust, IUCN, and Piggery Specialist Group and Assam government, they have started the captive breeding and released in Sonai Rupai, Orang, and Bornodi Wildlife Sanctuary. But original stock population is in Manas. And
when you started going to Manas, the rhino had almost disappeared.
Yes, rhinos were almost disappeared. And again in 2006, first rhino came to Manas, translocated from Kaziranga and Povitra.
Now they are doing well in
yes,
Manas.
They are doing well in the park.
So when you came here to do your PhD, that meant that you were going to spend a long time at Manas, and there was the Bodo agitation, and then in a sense you were the outsider.
Yeah.
How did you, you're building trust not just with nature, with animals, but also with the people around?
Yes, it was very challenging, and before agitation there were some researcher, but after the agitation or during agitation nobody was there. So I went there. Initially I had a big challenge. For example, there was no communication. I had to start with my cycle for almost 5 years. I did cycling around the park, in the park, going inside the park, and then also building the trust with people. That's why I tried to make a team effort. Young youth in the villages, I took them inside the park and helped them to understand about Manas. And that has also really helped. I thought that this team will help in near future, and that really clicked. And some of them are now running their cottages to bring tourists, and some of them are take tourists into the park as a guide, and also they have formed local NGOs. So in a way, I could translate my whatever I know that time about Manas to communities,
including some former poachers who have now dedicated themselves to the park.
Yes. In almost 600 volunteers are in entire Manas Tiger Reserve. So I have me and my team, and we have provided them training, and also we are supporting their livelihood to some extent now.
But how did you convert them from poaching?
It was not only my effort entire. It was a team effort from Forest Department. It was the effort from other local NGOs. So all of us we help, and and that time district office, district administration, the first DC of Buxa district, Dr. Anwaruddin Chaudhary, we with all effort we have made them convert into the mainstream, and now they are part of the Manas National Park. They provide their service, their effort into the protection.
Okay, now inside Manas there is one village.
There is no official village, but there are some encroachment is there.
And around the periphery, of course, there
are 62 French villages.
Right.
And in the northern side, Bhutan is there. Bhutan, we have Royal Manas National Park, which is 1000 square kilometer. Our national park is 500 square kilometer, which is also a World Heritage Site. World Heritage Site in India, we have 7 national World Heritage Site. Out of that, Manas is one of them. So and Manas has very high criteria from the international point of view.
And why is it so?
Because of its biological diversity, because of its contiguous landscape
right.
With the Bhutan, and its ecological processes. There are generally other World Heritage Site has UNESCO. Basically, they define select World Heritage Site based on number of criteria. For example, for cultural, they do from 1st to 5, and for natural 6 to 10. So Manas has three criteria, and other World Heritage Site has 2. So other World Heritage Site, we are very lucky that within Assam we have 2 World Heritage Sites like Kaziranga Manas, and others are like Sundarban, Nanda Devi, Bharatpur, Kevla Dev, Bharatpur, Great Himalayan, and Western Ghat.
Manas had been put on a list of to be extinct sanctuaries.
It was in 1992 because of the civil agitation. UNESCO put into the endangered list.
Right.
And with the effort of local government, NGOs like us, people, we have done lots of hard work, and as a result of that, again in 2011, 21 June, we got back the World Heritage Site.
That's a huge achievement.
Which is a huge achievement.
And also, you made a lot of efforts in this, because these are contiguous, the Manas National Park and the Manas Royal Park, which is in Bhutan, to have a continuity. You've done a lot of work on that, haven't you?
Yes. We have a program. We have it's called TRAMCA, Transboundary Manas Conservation Area, where Manas and Royal Manas effort, and we continuously engage both Indian side and Bhutan side together, so that because without Bhutan, Manas is I can say that is less important, because whenever anything happen to animal, they can go to Bhutan. And as you know, animal doesn't know geography, they can move across the landscape, and Bhutan, and that's why from the floodplains to snow-capped mountain, it is contiguous, and that's why entire Asian region, it's the second largest habitat for tiger. So entire Manas, and Manas Tiger Reserve is 2,837 square kilometer. It's a big landscape, but some areas are fragmented, which we are trying to now create corridors also.
That is very important, because if there aren't enough corridors, then the human and animal attrition is always
there are some areas where forest degradation took place in past. Elephant, especially elephant, because they take big space while moving.
Right.
So they have killed some human being, but recently we did some electric fence in some areas, and also planted, trying to restore forests so that they can retain their corridor as original.
Ever since you started the electric fencing in 2013, there have been no accidents at all with the humans?
Yes, in one particular area called Subankhata Reserve Forest, where that area earlier say 2010, 2011, 2012 till that, every year 10 to 20 people used to kill, including babies and all. So we have stopped that. We have now electric fence entire village, 4 villages we have fenced and maintain the corridor. We have not fenced the forest area, but fenced the village area, so that a villager can do the plant their crops, and also life can be saved.
Now, how does it work, this electric fencing?
Electric fence is basically solar fence, and it's a solar electricity produced from the solar, and it has a regulator called energizer. So some areas, people what they do, they directly put the electric from the main electric line, and which is very dangerous. Sometimes people can also get killed, elephant also get killed.
Right.
Our is whenever anything happen, it immediately cut the power. So
so then how does it deter an elephant or any other animal?
Basically it give a shock.
Okay, but it's a lighter shock.
It's a lighter shock. For us, we can do say for example from 11 this time to say till morning we will put electricity. So there are people who move across, and there are committees, village committees, they maintain that.
So you maintain a timetable of sorts.
Yes,
so that
yes.
Now the other thing that one notices is that human beings tend to go into the forest quite a bit. It's not just poaching. There is also the firewood that they try to collect, which also in a way is contributing to the degradation of the forest.
Yeah, that's true. What happened, because Manas was almost for 2 decades, it was not fully protected.
Right.
Because of the agitation, and also another thing is that Manas southern periphery is porous. People can go anytime in the park, because of the less protection, and also people dependency on the park. We have problem of firewood collection. Around 64% villages dependent on the firewood in the park. So at this moment we are trying to throw a program called Manas Tiger Conservation Program, which is supported by IUCN. We are trying to help local communities through improved cooking stove and also biogas, so that fuel wood consumption is reduced. And also same time we are trying to set up community nursery, doing the plantation in village common land, so that they can in coming days they can cut the fuel wood from those plants.
Also, when you're using firewood like this, it's also dangerous for the women folk.
Yes,
because it leads to all kinds of lung diseases and health issues.
For conservation, sometimes people doesn't support. If you see from health and also from water, sometimes what happen, if you do plantation, people may not agree for elephant or for tiger, but if you do say for our human being, sometimes it's easier to convince.
Most of the people who live on the periphery are also the ones who tend to be the poachers, because let's face it, there's a lot of money in this entire business. How do you convince them? Because money is a huge factor.
Wildlife crime is a big challenge nowadays, and wildlife crime can sabotage anything in the national security also, because wildlife poachers, after killing this thing, they exchange the arm with the product. And basically, see, earlier wildlife conservation was different. Say that you can only through protection, people have achieved conservation, but nowadays it is not possible. Without community involvement, you cannot do. because community they know about it, and that's why we do lots of work, and our mandate is to create the livelihood in the French villages, do education in the same time. At this moment we are, for example, we are working with some of the marginalized farmer, women-headed families, and then people who do not have landless. So those criteria we are following, and also some of the self-help group.
The various potential jobs that
generally we do in our community consultation. First we select,
you study
first we do the say PRA, participatory rural appraisal kind of thing in villages, and try to find out who are the dependent on the forest and what are our best fit in our criteria, and based on that we again do consultation, do household survey, try to find out what are the potential they have, and based on that again we do consultation workshop kind of thing, that these are possible intervention you may have. For example, we show, because they are also not literate, we show them different types of picture, different types of movies also. They see different activities, and then we give them time to choose what they want to do.
They say that the best way to convert a community is by converting the women. How easy was it for you to do that?
In that I am very lucky, because my wife is a Boro from the Boro community, and she did her PhD on Bengal Florican. So her name is Namita Brahma. So she can speak her own language, and being woman, she can convince a lot of women, and that initiation was very helpful. And now she has trained some of our boys also, and some girls, and with that effort we are continuing.
So it was a romance in the office, where the office was the entire sanctuary.
Not in the office, in the field.
So how did that start?
We met in 2006, while she just finished her MSc, and looking for some work, because she was associated with Manas since her childhood, because her uncle was a ranger in Manas, so she also wants to work, and then we fell in love, and we got married.
You come from a family where nobody was really involved in something like this. They're all academics. What was the family reaction when you said that you would like?
I am very lucky that I got a family support, and some of us, some of our people have seen that they have lots of family pressure, which is also again is a big challenging to manage family, and also to work.
And also the kind of work you do is rife with all kinds of challenges, and they can also be life-threatening.
That's true. Many of the time we are especially in Manas landscape, there are extremes. We have and then wildlife, malaria, all these things, tropical diseases. There are lots of challenges. Without electricity, you have to work. That's why nowadays new generation sometimes it's very difficult nowadays. For example, you need to you are away from WhatsApp, you are away from Facebook. Now sometimes are so all these communications heavy. All for them it's a sacrification.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
सही नहीं है। ये अभी भी खुले में शौच गलत है। हाँ? गलत है। मिलकर आवाज उठाओगी तो गांव वालों को ये आदत बदलनी पड़ेगी।
जब मिलकर बोलेगी नारी तो सुनेगी दुनिया सारी। जब मिलकर बोलेगी नारी सुनेगी दुनिया सारी। दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। तुम अपना दिमाग लड़ाओगी, लोटे वालों को समझाओगी, शौचालय का रास्ता दिखाओगी। दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। गांव खुले में शौच की आदत बदलेगा, फिर कोई नहीं बीमार पड़ेगा। जब दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद।
आप भी शौचालय का उपयोग कीजिए और भारत को स्वच्छ बनाइए। मैडम क्योंकि दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद।
Welcome back. We are in conversation with the wildlife conservationist Dr. Bibhuti Lahkar. Bibhuti ji, before going to the break, we spoke a lot about your life at Manas. I also want to know about when and how Aryanak, your NGO, came into existence.
Yeah, in 1989, Aryanak was formed in a neighborhood called Beltola area.
Okay.
Founded by Dr. Bipab Kumar Talukdar and his friend. Initially, it was like Aryanak Nature Club. Okay. And with a basic aim to create awareness among local people. Around 1997, we decided that it is no more a nature club, because it's give a platform for young people like me to do research, not only to do research, conservation. We have like people from law background, people from economics background, people from GS, geography background, people from water dynamics, hydrology, and livelihood specialists. So it's a combination of people, and that's where we help young generation to create their career, and our role is to nurture the biodiversity of Northeast India.
Do you hold camps and all for youngsters who would like to come for short?
Yes, we do regularly. We do health camps, and we have internship volunteer for young students. Many of students from even Delhi, Kettering University, Delhi University, Pune University goes regularly to do our internship program.
When these youngsters come to the sanctuary and they see its breathtaking beauty, what is the reaction? Do they also want to follow in your footsteps?
Many students has joined, and that's what it's helpful that next generation has come up. But the same time we say that wildlife conservation is not a glamorous.
Right.
It's a very hard work, and it has to be like continuous effort you need to do.
You face the dangers of the animals. What are the kind of animals that one can see at Manas?
Manas is a beautiful wildlife areas, and you can see elephant, tiger, golden langur, pygmy hawk, speed hare, Bengal florican. Bengal florican is one of the critically endangered bird, which is Manas is the prime localities, and then lots of birds. We have around 61. Manas is the only park in India which has got 5 different status. Like it's a World Heritage Site, it's a national park, it's a tiger reserve, it's a biosphere reserve, it's an elephant reserve. So very important from biological point of view.
What are the kind of survival techniques or tactics that a visitor to a sanctuary should have?
See, sanctuary for tourists, no problem. Tourists are only allowed to follow a circuit tourist.
No, but people who are doing your kind of work.
Yes, we need to first is to avoid any danger situation. Wherever we see danger, our best important thing is to save ourselves, and that's why we generally don't go too close by, and always carry armed guard. And in sanctuaries or wildlife national park, generally we are not allowed to go alone. Anytime we have to have some kind of assistance from forest department. We always take, and that way they also able to learn many things. For example, how we do the sensors, and how do we do install our cameras and all. They can also learn many things.
Where do you see yourself headed? What is your next goal that you would like to achieve? What are the challenges that you're facing with that?
In fact, wildlife conservation is a big challenge. Getting sometime getting fund is also difficult nowadays, because it's being a non-profit organization, we are based on the fund received, and based on that we implement our project. Sometimes this is challenging, and also proper human resource. Like for example, this wildlife conservation, as I said, it's not a glamorous field. It's a very hard work. You have to very tedious work. So sometime we don't get people. In Northeast India, we have so much of resources, but very difficult to get manpower. So and these fields are not highly paid. So like other companies, corporate house, they're good, as they get good salary. Nobody wants to come to this field because of space or of challenges. My road ahead is I want to basically to create a kind of institute, entire organization, so that we can build second generation and also train people, engage them in conservation, and also create livelihood for people.
Well, thank you so much for being on our program today. I'm sure a lot of youngsters will be inspired by you and will come into the world of conservation. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the program. You can send in your suggestions and comments on this email ID, aajsavere@dtkdelhi.org.in. With that, it's a wrap on today's program. Until next time, goodbye.
Short-term courses initiated by NABM, National Academy of Broadcasting and Multimedia, NABM, the premier training academy of Prasar Bharati, invites applications for short-term certificate courses in broadcast technology and multi-camera studio production. For details, visit our website www.nabm.in.